Welcome back everyone, this is Rip here, and I have been, over the last couple of days, working on a bit of a project. It is based off a design by Mumbo Jumbo. Some of you may have heard of him, some of you may have not, but go check out his channel. The design was based off an elevator design he did, and it was an up and down elevator, so yeah, pretty much speaks for itself, goes up, goes down. So I'll check my volume quickly. I'll turn it down a little bit. The piston is quite loud. The piston elevator is quite loud. So we've got two buttons here. We're going to ignore this button for the time being, but we're going to hit the go up button. So we'll go hit that. As you can see, we get taken right to the top. And you can see the elevator stays extended, and these pistons stay out. Now that is completely intentional because we have a go down button here. If we roughly center ourselves, and you can see we go down. So very, very simple, very, very easy to use, and very quick up, and as fast as you can go down, because you can drop 2 blocks every, I believe it's 6 ticks when the pistons retract. I've tried it faster, and I'm pretty sure that is the speed limit you can go at. So whoop. It's quite a good elevator is what I'm trying to say. Now, things I've added to the elevator, which kind of, I think, set it apart, are these call buttons. So you'll notice we're down here. It doesn't do anything, right? So, but say we wanted to, let's say we want to go up. And it stays up there, and we walk off, and somehow we have, I don't know, a staircase over here, and it brings us down to here. And we're like, oh, we can't use the elevator. But we can. Hitting the call button brings the elevator down to our level, just like that. And the exact same works for the other way. So if we're up here and we want to go down, we'll whack this call button, and we can see all of these pop out. Nice and easy, very simple, and very easy to use. So I guess let's take a look at the wiring. So as you can see, it's very, very compact back here, only 5x4 for the basic wiring. And you can add a little bit more for this call function on the side here, which is the call function for the bottom. It does add a little bit to the volume, but it's not required. But the other call button actually fits within the wiring, so you might as well put it in there, I reckon. It took me a while to get it this compact, and I'm very pleased with how it turned out. And it is 1 block less in volume, or 1 block less in this direction than Mumbo's, which I'm very pleased with. Again, it took me ages to get to this compact, and it's very, very messy in here, so I guess I'll open up a blank world and show you how it's built. Alright guys, so you're going to have to start off with a 5x4 area for the wiring. We are going to go slightly outside this area, but only for aesthetic stuff, and the input can sometimes go out of this area, but it is able to go back inside. It just looks a little messier, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So we're going to go 3 up. As such, we'll extend a little bit of a platform back here, and we'll place, make sure you're in the boundaries, you place your first piston, doesn't matter what side, but for this tutorial I'm just placing it on the left. You can place it on the other side, you'll just have to kind of invert the wiring when we do it, but it's not too bad. And we go like this. I'm not sure why, probably because that would be easier, wouldn't it? Hey, and you place these pistons pretty much as high as you want your elevator to go. So as such, very, very easy. And now we want to go back like this and place all our sticky pistons as such, and you can, oh, that's the wrong spot. You want to place them here. You can see there's a sticky piston behind each piston as such, and just repeat that all the way to the top. So you should have something looking something like this, I guess. So the structure of the elevator is almost complete. All we've got to do is, what I like to do is actually place another piston at the top of there, just for consistency. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a furnace, or a Barbie. We're going to place them at the top. This is because a furnace is an immovable block. It cannot be pushed by pistons. So when you're activating something down here, it won't move your entire elevator and break the thing. So with that done, we can start on the wiring. So you want to start with placing your building block of choice on each sticky piston and placing a redstone torch on each of them, placing a block on top of each of those, and then you want to get your torches again and replacing this side. It's going to pulse them. I should have thought of that. You're going to have to place them twice. Sorry, bad tutorial. But you get something like this, and all you have to do is repeat on the other side. Very, very easy. And make sure your first, as long as you make sure your first block is in line with your sticky piston and the torch is facing backwards from there, you won't have any issues. So very, very easy there. Alright guys, sorry, one thing I forgot to mention is you're going to want to extend the torch tower down for the side with the second piston on it. The first piston will be powered by the button here, so it won't need to be powered from the torch tower, but the second piston will, so make sure you extend the torch tower down too, and use this as your block that you're going to power for your input. So to finish off the up function for the elevator, all you have to do is place blocks there on each building block, or lapis block in this case. There, and then just redstone dust on top of them. And all you have to do to finish off the up function is simply place the building block that you're using for the elevator, because it'll be visible, straight up the side here. The block's not needed. Straight up this side here, and that'll finish your up function. So to see this up function in action, we're going to do the input now, and also because you need the pistons extended to actually do the second part, which is the down function. So we'll quickly do the input here. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this. The most simplest is just doing something like that, and I think that'll be set to 2, I believe. Actually, maybe set to 1. I think it's 1. And then all you have to do is that, and it should work like that. Yep, so that'll work there, but I know some of you don't like your wiring showing, so I will show you an alternative. It is slightly more complex, so we'll knock that out, and our input's below here. Oops. Take that out, and what we need to do is actually extend this torch tower down a couple, as such. And what we'll do now, take that down, repeater, and yep, that's right. What we have to do then is repeater that, and in fact that's a dust, so that should work because we've got the same number of torches on both sides, so you have to send a 1 tick delay to there, so that'll work too. This does fall outside the boundaries of the 5x4 technically. Usually the input is not included because you can really take the input from anywhere. But yeah, it really depends if you want your wiring showing or not. So your choice, I'm going to leave it to you. And now we'll test out the up function after I put some glass in here actually. So one last thing I forgot to mention is you want to place a block here. You want to jump up, roughly center yourself, hit the button, and you'll be transported to the top. Nice and easy. And the thing you want to make sure up the top here is you have an off torch at the end above your last piston when the elevator is not powered, should I say, or else these pistons will not retract their block. So just make sure that those are in. So we've now completed the up elevator, or the up functionality of the elevator. It's very compact. I don't think it can get any more compact than this. I'm pretty sure this is the most compact it can be. And I'm fairly certain that Mumbo and I independently came up with a different idea, because I tried to make the elevator and then saw his video, and we came up with a pretty similar idea. It's not a particularly hard thing to make, so you can go and use this in your world if that's what you desire. It's actually what I'm using in my LP world at the moment, and yeah, it's basically, I think it's the best you can get it. So it's the down function where Mumbo's and my design differ. So I'm going to go through that functionality now, I guess. So this down functionality can get a little complex. It's got a lot of clustered redstone. It's It's a little hard to follow is what I'm trying to say. So if at any point you're confused, just go back over the video. You can probably follow it fairly easily. So what we're going to do is not do that. We're going to wax some purple wool down here. Place a dust there. We don't need a dust there. And what we're going to do is actually grab 2 droppers. As such, we're going to go like this. Pretty easy. Now, we'll place, I'm going to go purple blocks, why not? In fact, I'll go lapis because it's what's on the outside. Oh. And we're going to go like this. Now, we're going to grab a comparator. And we're going to place it here. Oh, doesn't matter if it's some subtract mode or not, in case you're wondering. It's only to detect items. So now we'll go like that and place 2 redstone there. Now what we're going to do is actually set up the dropper system. So we want to grab any non-stackable item, and this is actually very important. So what I'm going to do is grab a wooden sword. That'll do. And what you want to make sure of is that this is powered here, and it is, so you're all good. And lastly, you want to grab a button, and that's the button that'll make you go down. So that's your down button, and when we press this, you can see the comparator goes off as the dropper fires it into the other one. And the call button works in very much the same way because it will go into here and power all the pistons down. So it's very, very easy, just a basic dropper RS latch. Very, very simple. So we'll move on to the rest of the wiring now. So this is where I said things can get a little complex. So we're going to place 1, 2 there. And what we're going to do now, torch there. Dust there, torch there. Another 2 blocks there. Yep, that's right. 2 blocks there, and oh, I've got a repeater. As such, and we're going to go dust, dust. Oops. Actually need to cut that, sorry. Dust there. Then we're going to go torch here. And this one's actually going to be a little different. This one had to be a little different because we needed the delay in here. So we're going to go repeater there. I'm not going to worry about the timings yet. I'm going to go back through them, so don't worry. Then we're going to go, and I'm just trying to remember my own design here, which is a bit of a worry. Dust there, and place that on the edge there. Then you want torch there, not a piston. You want 2 repeaters there as well, and then a dust there. And that is your repeating pattern. Pretty complicated, but that is your repeating pattern as you go down. So 2 repeaters, torch, torch, then you want the repeater here, and then you literally just repeat that. So your next would be torch, torch, as it is here, and then your next one would be down a bit further. This is just as an example, guys. And then your next one would be down. It would actually, where would it be? It would be there, and it would be torch repeater. So that is your repeating pattern. Feel free to repeat that down as long as you want, or as tall as your elevator is. So there's your repeating pattern. And now we need to do the timings of the repeaters. So you want 1 on the top, then 3, and then 4 here. 1 on the top, and then the next level will be 3 there, and the repeater will be 4 there. So just repeat that all the way down. Additionally, we've got a couple of alterations that I forgot to mention. This half slab, or glowstone dust, or any block that'll take redstone but not transmit it, is what you want above this torch here. Every time that torch appears in there, put a half slab above it. Sorry about that. And silly me, I put this on the wrong side as well. So sorry, not there. Actually goes here. I thought it went there because I was doing some mucking around with stuff like note blocks and stuff, and it must have thrown me off or something. So that'll work because it'll power this and push it into there. So it'll power this one and push it into there when the elevator is extended. So that's all you need. One last thing to mention is that you can power these 2 pistons. It's not necessary, but because you won't take fall damage from the drop from here to that block there. But you can put it in if you want. It'll be a 3 delay. Just put it in for the purposes. You want to place another block there to cut it as such. So totally up to you. And the design is now complete. So without any further ado, let's give this thing a test run. Alright guys, so I've set my game mode to survival just to show that I won't take any damage. Jump in the middle block here, whack it. Up we go. And down we go. Beautiful. So the last little thing I'm going to mention here is the optional feature, and that is the core buttons. I didn't quite put them in the video because they are totally optional. And they do add a bit to the bulk, but you know, they're nifty, they're neat, they work. So your first one, you want to whack one there, pretty easy. That'll call the elevator to the top so you can go down. Next one, just put it here. Do that, and then just do a torch tower. Very, very basic. Pretty basic stuff. Up, and then just 1, 2, 3, and that'll do it. So if we call it up here, it'll actually do that to start off with. But I don't think that matters at the top there, that piston extending, and you just do that, and it'll call it back down for you. So very, very easy. She's up. She's down. Beautiful. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'll chuck up a world download of this if you want to have a look at it. You want to use it in your world. So yeah, that's all from me today. Hope you have a good one, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time.